It's time for a Forestcraft deck showcase. This is my Gloryfinder Forestcraft deck. 50 cards of full-on action. We'll shuffle a little bit just to show that I haven't stacked the deck. And hopefully today we can show off a lot of the combos, a lot of the lines. Yeah, we'll cross our fingers, but if it doesn't happen, then you won't see this video because I'll record again. Alright, starting hand. Marker 6, Elf Twins Assault, Sunday, and Forest Gigas. This is a very reactive hand. We have one bounce and one kind of mid-late game card. I'll be honest, I don't like it. I think we're going to mulligan, take the chance. So we mull, we draw another 4 cards, and let's take a look. Wow, much better, much better. Okay, let's start with this and we'll begin. So, starting with 3 play points, we will draw 1. Okay. A lot of options here. I think the decision will be between these two because we both draw cards from them. Now, if we're playing correctly, we will of course play Jabera Bear, because when we play Jabera Bear for 2 and Evo for 1, we get to add Floral Breeze from the deck to our hand. We don't want to play Pure Hearted Singer first, even though it draws more eventually, because what if Floral Breeze is on the top? It's not. I didn't stack the deck like that. But just in case we do draw Floral Breeze off the top from Pure Hearted, then Jabera Bear becomes useless. So very slight optimization there. But still could make the difference. Of course, in a mode like Gloryfinder, it's often a bit more forgiving to do little inaccuracies like this. However, if you're ever playing Constructed, of course, you need to be as efficient as possible. So perfect turn 1 play, we now have a bounce in our hand, which is going to be extremely helpful. Let's move on to turn 4. We draw. Okay. Now what do we do? Now I think perhaps we do drop the Pure Hearted Singer. Before that, let's decide whether to attack with Jabera Bear. It's a decent stat line, 3/3. However, as Forestcraft, always remember, you are more of a political player. What that means is you don't want to make enemies, right? If you attack someone for 3, they will attack you back for 3. So you want to keep your health pool quite high, because that will be your only defense until you pull off your combos. You don't really have that much ward. You have a bit of healing, so that does help. But the problem with healing in Gloryfinder is that if you go above 30, you become a little bit of a target, because everyone else is like, hey, you know, you're above 30, this isn't gonna hurt. So like, you know, you're above everyone else, you deserve it. If you stick around 30 or 27, you know, something like that, then you're a bit less likely to be attacked. So, similar to how you can make enemies by attacking them, you can also attract aggro by being too high health, right? So, you want to use your healing to heal damage, not overcap, so to say. The best thing to do with this bear is honestly just to trade it in. You won't really make an enemy doing that because it's kind of expected. When players play something and then it gets engaged with an attack or a skill, in 4-player, it's like almost 100% that it's going to be removed. So as Forestcraft, you want to remove with your followers usually more than you attack. That's just to manage aggro. However, at a certain point in time, you don't care about how much aggro. You just care about getting them low enough to be able to one-shot with your combo. Another thing is, let's say there's actually nothing to attack into, right? There's no follow-up. Do you just not attack? Do you just be like a passive player, like, oh, you know, I'm peacekeeping, you know, nature is peaceful, the fairies will guide you. No, don't do that, don't do that. Always attack if possible, unless it's part of a greater plan. This is another thing that a lot of players, when they get too deep into the meta of 4-player games, kind of struggle with, is that, oh, no one's got any defenses, I have an attack, but no, I don't want to make enemies just yet. You still want to attack. It's just that you want to trade instead if you can. In this case, probably the best attack will be those control decks which can heal a lot. Maybe Haven, because those are going to be the big problems late game. This Forestcraft combo deck is a very, I'd say, mid-game focused deck. When you get to mid-game, you pop off really hard. And then hopefully you have a few scraps, a few storms to finish them off afterwards. However, if they survive the big pop-off turn, you're just going to struggle a little bit. Right, so we send this into Haven. Next turn. Oh, wait. Wait. It's still turn... I still have 4 play points. Never mind. Let's... What should we do here? We can Rose Gardener. However, it just bounces. And we do want to trigger the combo if we can. Better just to draw. Again, playing something like Pure Hearted Singer doesn't really attract that much aggro. So Fanfare, draw a card. We drew Cosmos Fang, not bad. Cosmos Fang is mainly in the deck to pull Jabera though, so the Fanfare isn't as important. What can we do now? We could Harvest Festival, so that doesn't really do anything, but it sets up for a draw. I quite like that, so we are going to play Harvest Festival. If we are in real dire need of a draw, we can bounce it for the draw, or we can pay 1 for the draw. Kind of depends on the situation. Okay, so this is going face, because there's no follows we can trade into, let's say. And we go around the board. When we go to play by player, obviously Jabera Bear will get traded off. That's pretty standard. And we head into turn 5. Draw. Elf Twins will be good once we play our Glory card, which I forgot to mention is Aria, Fairy Princess. You should take that 90% of the time, I would say. It's just a good enabler. Turn 5, we could play Cassiopeia, but I think, again, this is a after Aria play, because then you get 5 more damage on it. So what can we play? A bit hard. How about we trade in the Pure Hearted Singer first? We're just going to sack that to draw 1 card as it's discarded. Okay, Sakuna. Sakuna is, again, more of an after Aria play, a mid-game play, to get a bit of Storm. We don't want to pop a Justy at 1 because we can't actually trigger the combo easily. And 2, again, I always emphasize, don't attract aggro to yourself in the early game. How about Cosmos Fang? Do we use an Evo point for it? Maybe not. Kind of depends on what the situation is. From my experience, the most likely play for a turn like this is just Rose Gardener, Evo. Now, you're not going to get the draw, but that's kind of fine. You give yourself some board presence, you bounce a follow to the owner's hand, so it's not like a discard, so again, it's not particularly annoying. You just have them waste however much mana they use, maybe 4. Maybe they played a 4-drop. And again, you can use it as a political tool. Like, hey, you've got a good fanfare card. I'm gonna bounce this, you owe me a favor later. Maybe they agree, maybe they don't. If they don't agree, maybe just bounce something else. Because you Evo, you can attack. If you can trade into like a 1/1 or something, do so. But if you were to trade into like something that kills it back, maybe not. Right? Depends if you think they're going to attack you or not. Again, your goal is to minimize your damage as much as possible in the early game. So, let's say an opponent does have like a 4 attack 1 health engaged follower. If you think they're going to attack you next turn, then you should trade in. If not, no need. Right? If you think they're going to target someone else with their attack, like maybe a sword is going after a rune, right? You don't need to interfere with that. So pick your battles wisely. In this case, we are just going to head into, let's say, a 1/1, a 2/1 something. So it survives, you know, and that's all fine. Going around to your next turn. Of course, during opponent's turns, it's very easily discarded by battle. We will head to 6 play points and draw. Okay, so 6, we can play the Aria. We do have 1 board slot. We could have actually sacked this last turn because we did have a floating play point. Maybe that was the better play. We can play the Aria right now. However, I actually think it's a better turn 7 play. The reason being, turn 7, you Aria, and then you immediately Floral Breeze. If you watch the deck profile video, I said you do actually kind of want to play Aria twice in a game. The first time gets you going, and the second time extends it if you need to. So on turn 6, we could start storming a little bit. Do we have enough? Not really. This looks like a Cosmos Fang turn. So we're going to Cosmos Fang. Fanfare, search your deck for a beast follower, reveal it, add it to your hand. Okay. So there's actually, I think, only 2 beast followers. There's the Fairy Beast and the Gabera Bear. So again, like I said, this is mainly to pull the Gabera Bear, to pull the Floral. Let me just check. Let me just check if we have any more beasts. Oh, we have King Elephant. I forgot about that. Yeah, so 3 beasts. Which one do we want? Well, no competition. However, that does, you know, if people know you have it, might be a little bit like, ooh, better watch out for it. But I still think it is the best pick. Even then, if you do have Gabera Bear in the deck, you get it. If not, maybe this. Okay, and then we Evo. We will Evo the Cosmos Fang. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. On evolves, the enemy follower on the field, return to its owner's hand if it's an evolved follower destroyed and save. We'll say it destroys an evolved follower. That's pretty standard around this turn, that there's an evolved follower somewhere. Nice defensive tool. We can also rush into something as well. We'll say we do. The reason being, we do want this to get off the board so we can get more fairies. The fact that this is still on the board is a bit of a shame. We will lose one fairy. However, perhaps later on down the line we'll find another bounce for this. Again, we don't want to use the bounce on this. We want to bounce Arya. Perhaps somewhere down the line we'll find another bounce for it, which in that case we would enjoy it being on the board instead of trading it for one fairy. So around the board again, we get discarded. That's fine. Moving on to 7 play points. Draw 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's a really nice draw. Silverbolt, we've still got a very full hand. In fact, we probably have to discard one at the end of the turn, but that's fine. Boom. Arya. Summon 4 fairies. EX 5 fairies. Wait. Summon 3 fairies because we amulet is here. Okay. So that's 6 play points, and then we want to immediately Floral Breeze it. So we do get +1 health. That's kind of irrelevant. It does go back to our hand. Very nice. And then oh, I just realized there's a bit of a scratch there. That's fine, that's fine. And then that's it. Right, so you've got a board full of fairies. Now, is this threatening? It's not inherently threatening, right? It's just a bunch of 1/1s and stuff. But if you're playing with people who know your deck and know your strategy, they'll be like, ah, okay. Gotta prepare a little bit, gotta be careful. Cool. So what happens during opponent's turns? Well, usually you'll probably get attacked once or twice because you have a full board. It's like, oh, they're a bit of a threat, but maybe they're going after more interesting targets or more threatening targets. In any case, are these fairies likely to be removed? Kinda. It's kind of 50-50. Again, if people know your deck, you do have that Blessed Fairy Dancer to be able to buff it up, which becomes 6. But maybe because we have the Harvest Festival and it's only 3 fairy tokens instead of 4, maybe because of that it's not as threatening. Right, otherwise it would be 8 damage on the next turn with the Fairy Dancer. So we'll say that they survive, and we'll go on to turn 8. Oh, I forgot 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do have to discard 1 card from last turn. I did forget. I think the card is probably Ivy Spellbomb. What else? Yeah. Probably is Ivy Spellbomb. If we wanted to remove minions, we can use the Cassiopeia instead. And the combo is a bit too much commitment just for 3 damage to the leader, right? A bit sad. Like, a lot of the times this is kind of why I'm a bit on the fence about keeping it. I kind of want to remove it, is that in situations like these, even though it's not a bad card, it does seem to be the worst of all the good cards. So, yeah, we'll see. Okay, it is turn 8. We will draw. Wow, what a top deck. Okay, so we will trade in a fairy to someone, right? Very often that there'll be an engaged follower. We just sack it in, and then we're just gonna. There's nothing to think about right now. We just drew the perfect top deck. So all our fairies turn into Thornburst tokens, and I don't have a 5th Thornburst token, which is always so annoying, so we'll say that is one. This is going like about as well as you can expect, about as well as you can hope for. So that's actually all our play points. Let's say that these two fairies... okay, here's an important decision. Do we continue trading? Continue like playing evenly, attacking evenly? Or do we start trying to take someone down? That does depend on the board state, which since we're just testing the deck, it's going to be a little hard to predict. But we'll say we do have to play politics a little bit more, right? So maybe we'll swing this into one person and we'll swing this into a different person, right? Right? Just poke them a bit, you know. It's like we're not trying to make enemies. We're just like, oh, you know, I have to attack, right? You know, there's no point not attacking. That's just part of the game. Oh, and I forgot about the tap skill, which is recover X. X is the number of Thornburst tokens in your EX area. Even if we do that, 1, 2, 3, 4. We do 5. Okay. I like it. So we tap to gain 5 and Cassiopeia. The Cassiopeia, select any number of enemy followers on the field. So this is pretty much a board wipe. We have 6, 11. So 11 damage to any number of followers on the field. So that's going to clear the board most likely. And then these have already gone into face. So that's fine. Beautiful. Now, on opponent's next turns, it's likely that Rose Queen is the main target. Probably the main threat on the board. Say your fairies also get removed. That's pretty common. Does your Cassiopeia get removed? Let's say yes, because suddenly you're the big target on the board, and so even though it's reserved, maybe someone uses a removal spell or an effect on it. Cool. And let's say you take 1 attack face, something like that. Okay, it's turn 9. We draw. Now, should we pop the Silver Bolt? Should we... But what else can we really do at this point? I think... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will draw 1 from the Silver Bolt is 7, and if we do a Thorn Burst, it's 8, and we have to discard 1. So 8 damage to someone. You know what? I know exactly how we're going to play this. What we're going to do is we are going to announce to the table, hey, everyone. On this turn, I am going to use a Thorn Burst to draw 1 for 2. And I am going to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we can't. We can't draw, otherwise... Oops, you didn't see that. We can't draw 3, 4... Is this a quick? No, it's not. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to announce to the table, hey, I am going to float all of my play points. I have 9 play points. And at the end of the opponent before me's turn, I am going to Silver Bolt one of you. Right? Just outright say it like, hey guys, before my turn starts, at the end of the opponent before me's turn, I am going to Silver Bolt one of you. And whoever makes me the most angry during your turn is going to get Silver Bolt into the face. Right? Just tell them that. Don't tell them that you're going to Elf Twins Assault though. Although that is a good play with the other 2 play points. Right? Just say that. And then pass your turn with 9 floating. And so at this point, probably somebody's gonna start bargaining with you. It's like, hey, okay, hey, don't Silver Bolt me, and on any turn in the future, you can say don't attack me. Right? How about that? Like, is that a good deal? Or this other person can say, hey, you know, look at my board. My board is already full. I'm not going to attack you this turn, so don't silverbolt me. Or the other person over here is like I don't know, I don't want to make any deals, man. But if you silverbolt me, man, like you're gonna regret it in the future. So you might have to have a discussion with the 3 players on the table with you. But whatever the outcome of that, during the your turn goes around, at the end of your opponent's turn, you are going to first silverbolt someone, doesn't matter who. So we silverbolt for 7, drawing 1. We have 2 play points, and we are also going to just Elf Twins assault something. So deal 5 damage to something, just a little removal there. Excellent. Now you're in trouble though, because you have made a mortal enemy. You've just hit someone in the face for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was it 7? Yeah. You've just hit someone in the face for 7. So, but that's fine. You can take them out. Did we draw for turn? We did not. We draw for turn and we have 10 play points. Now, it's time to start storming. So, at this point, I'm going to need some help to track my play points. So, I kind of know the line. We're just going to go for it. I'm not going to calculate it to the end. I kind of know the line and I think it'll work. So we play 2 play points. To Thorn Burst whoever we silverbolt last turn to draw a card. That brings us down to 8. That was a really good draw. But I think we're already committed to the other line now, which is Sakuna. So drawing was correct. What are we gonna play? How much combo was Sakuna again? It was like 5, was it? Just make sure. Yes, 5 to give 3/3. Okay. Actually, that's a little bit much. Maybe I should have calculated this line better. Oh dear. Okay. I have a different line. We play Rosa Mechwing Angel for 2. And we will also evolve for 1. That is combo 2 now. We draw from Rosa Mechwing Angel. That's fine. Then we play Beetle Warrior for 3. Because it's combo 3, it gets the Storm. We will Storm into whoever we silverbolt for 3 damage. How many cards do we have in hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we draw 1 more, we have to discard. But we do have 2 play points left. You know what? We are going to take the discard because we really want to find Burst Shot. If we find Burst Shot, we win the game. So, Thorn Burst for 2. The same guy we silverbolt. Draw a card. Oh my god! Okay. It's over for them. Okay, so that ends our turn. We have to discard something. We discard Elf Knight Cynthia. It's just too expensive to be in our hand. Then, at the end of our turn, do we ward? Because if this survives, we could do some King Elephant shenanigans, right? I think we don't ward. Just by thinking back into how the game has gone so far, we haven't attracted that much aggro until, let's say, the previous 2 turns. So we're probably got a decent buffer of health at the moment. We probably don't need to ward here. Even though likely our Beetle Warrior will be hit. Okay? So we're not going to ward. It's going to go around. We'll say the Beetle Warrior does get destroyed, but we'll also say someone got a bit suspicious and they did remove our Rosa. So unfortunately we did miss a 2 damage rush, or we missed the defense of a 4 health ward. But that's fine. Sometimes you take gambles and they don't pay off. It's going to be our next turn. We are still at 10 play points. Oh, okay. So, do we just pop the burst shot now? I think we do, because we've already got someone very low, right? What we did was we dealt 7 from Sylvan Justice, Silverbolt. We hit them with 2 Thorn Bursts, which is 13. We hit them with a Beetle Warrior, which is 16. So they're pretty low. If we burst shot, they are going to die. And the best part about it is that we will also chunk the other 2 players. So let's maximize the amount of cards in our hand with burst shot. Again, I'm going to have to make sure that I track my play points properly. So burst shot will be the last card we play, so we'll say that we start at 8. And Forestcraft is a bit tricky. Again, it's a bit tricky for me. Okay. What are the cheapest draw cards? Do we have a bounce in hand? No. This will only return 1. That's not worth it. We are going to spend 1 for Harvest Festival to tap it, a heal 1, and draw a card. That's expensive. How much do we have? 6. 6 we can spend on anything, because we already reserved 3 for Burst Shot. Okay. Thorn Burst for 2, bringing us down to 4. Draw a card. Thorn Burst for 2, draw a card. And Thorn Burst for 2, draw a card. These Thorn Bursts, you know, you do the calculation, right? Because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you get the other person down to 12, they're already down to 12, and then these Thorn Bursts go into the other 2 evenly, let's say, or whoever's the more threatening target. Okay, then we Thorn Burst. Say it with 3 enemy followers or enemy leaders on the field. If your forest, draw a card, then deal a select amount of damage equal. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage to everyone. 36 damage. You KO someone. Maybe if you're lucky, you KO 2 people. But at least they're down to sub 10 at least. And you've pretty much won the game. Now, the last thing we'll do with this test is just what do we want to discard? So I think we want to keep this because it will refill our board. That's another threat. We definitely keep this as an in-game thing. Ooh. We don't need this because we're going to play Arya, so we discard this. We don't need another search. This one we don't need because everyone's low already. We do want to keep a bounce. That's very... Do we want to keep a bounce? We might not need it anymore. We do want to keep Storm, Silent Suzuka. This will be a Storm as well. We can keep 3 more. This is a good removal just in case the last people alive. Maybe it's a big sword board or something. That's unremovable. So that's 5. We have 2 more. This is a bounce on race. Race is the same as Evo. But Crystalia Lily is cost 4. This costs 3, so it costs more, so we're going to discard Crystalia. We'll keep one enemy bounce. And the last one. We can actually race this multiple times and get 2 bounces. Other than that, this isn't really needed. Not too sure about this. I'm just going to pick Rose there. Cool. And that's the first game. So we rolled really well. I think that would have been a win for Forest. No matter really how other people drew. We just completely rolled them. So we're gonna go again. Again, we use Arya as our leader card. I'm gonna shuffle a bit, so I'll cut and shuffle. Okay, I've finished stacking the deck. I'll do a little Magician's shuffle so that it looks like it's been randomized. And we will start. You know, I used to do Magic when I was young. A lot of card tricks. Maybe that's why I got addicted to TCGs. Anyway, wow. Wait a minute. I swear I shuffled. Okay, I swear I swear I shuffled pretty legitly. Do we keep this? I kind of want to show different lines. So, because we've seen all 4 of these cards. Now, part of that is the fact that Forest draws a lot, so you see a lot of the cards a lot of the time. But even though this is a good hand that I would keep every single time, I'm actually just going to mulligan it to try and show you guys a different line. Yeah. Oh, okay, not bad. I mean, we've seen these 3 cards before, but that's fine. So we'll go with this. Start. Draw. We have 3 play points. Very nice play is the Waltzing Fairy on turn 1. So put a Fairy token into your EX area. It just gives you 2 tokens. If you have Waltzing Fairy, you can start doing combos a little bit earlier than if you were just playing Arya. So, we'll go like that. Turn goes around. It's unlikely to be removed. We get up to 4 play points and draw. Nice. That's a little bit of a defensive thing, although a very late game card, most likely. What should we do? I guess we can... So, if we want to get the combo off, it's 3... Turn 5 at the earliest with the evolve. I think we do want to wait for it because our hand is very light on draw. Right? It's a little bit tricky with that. So, what we're going to do is we have 4 play points. We can... We're going to preemptively play Harvest Festival as well. That gives us 3. Then we are going to Elf Child May, maybe to trade into something. That's 2. We're not going to play the fairies. We are going to float 2 just in case we really need Woodkin Curse. However, probably not. And we are going to... Let's say we trade into something. Yeah, don't want to attract too much aggro. We trade in. We get our fairy. We're all set up for turn 5 Rose Gardener. That's perfect. Floating 2. So, the turn goes around. Now, unlike Rune, we don't want to just spam all our spells, right? If we have floating play points, that's a bit of a shame. However, better to have the card in hand than to waste it, right? Forest is a bit different when it comes to how you think of the game and spells and floating quick spells. So, it is our next turn. Let's say May just gets removed, right? No reason. It's not going to benefit or harm me in any way, but let's just say it gets removed by some random damage. Next turn, draw. We have 5. That's a nice play on 6, I think. So, we're going to play... Whoops. Oh no, it's fine. We can play 3, 4, 5... Use an evil point, which we'll say we have because very likely. And why did I shuffle this? I've got all the carrots in there as well. It's annoying. Where did Rose Gardener go? Yeah, we Evo. Doesn't have a fanfare. Yeah, Evo. Combo 3. Draw a card, and you select the enemy follower and return it to his own hand. Again, you could use that for as a deal or just removal, that's fine. Go. And we'll say we do attack to trade into something. Because we want to protect ourselves, we don't want anyone to build up a big board just in case they send it at us. Wonderful. We're going to go around. Opponent's turns. This does get removed as expected. And we'll say the fairies survive. You know, they're a bit elusive, right? And go on to next turn. 6 play points. Oh. Okay. This is a little bit tricky. So, we have 2 very good options here. We could Starry Elf into Path to Purgatory, which is just an insanely good play. Just to fill up our hand. We're not going to Aria. We don't have enough space. It feels like kind of a waste to only get 1 fairy. Plus, we don't have any follow-up for Aria, so not yet. Spinaria, we can't get the combo off, but oftentimes I just play it raw just to get the draws. You know, it's still good raw even without the combo. So that is an option as well. Or we could Izudia Evolve. Do we have Hunter cards? Nope. You know what? Probably in a real game I would play Izudia, but since I want to show it off, I'm going to play Starry Elf. Starry Elf, you are always going to want to search Path to Purgatory. Unless you've already drawn it, in which case you can't. But Path to Purgatory, draw 3 cards, deal 3 damage to your leader. Right? The 3 damage you do not care at all. All you care about is the 3 draw, which is insane for Forest. So we're going to play that. We're all of a sudden up to 7. We drew some decent cards. And we're going to swing these into... I don't know if it's worth trading them. Maybe something has 3 health, so you can't really trade. We'll say they go face. Maybe 1 to you, 1 to you. Right. Yep, that's all our play points. Now, because we have this on the field, we do have to think about board space. We do have a bounce, although it's a very expensive one. We do want to bounce this, just in case we draw like Burst Shot, and then we get the Path to Purg Burst Shot combo. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So let's say the 2 fairies get removed. That's fine. Let's say the Starry Elf gets removed as well, although if it didn't, we could just attack and trade in. And we are at 7 play points, so we draw. Okay, the problem with having a large hand size is having all these options. Let's think for a bit. We have 8 cards in hand. You know what? This might be just a King Elephant angle. Right? We King Elephant, we get these back into our hand, and we start going aggro. You know what? I think that's the play. King Elephant. Select any number of cards on your field, return them to your hand. And this gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, so it's a 10-10 storm. Right? Even better than Silverbolt, right? This is a Silverbolt on a beat stick. 10-10. We don't care about the Evo. Slam it into someone. And we have 1 play point left. Oh, no, it's not a 10-10. It's an 11-11 because we draw from Harvest Festival. At the end of our turn, Wait, we play this before we end our turn because we have one floating play point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have to discard 2. Okay. Again, I have to replace this card. This is 2 times now that I just discard it for hand size. And it's actually quite often that I do it. So yeah. What's the other one? What are we discarding? Is it really Spinaria? I think so. Okay, wait, let me think. If we do combo it, it's a 2 play point, potentially draw 2. Although we can miss one of them. And I have missed one of them before. So potentially a 2 play point, draw 1. Is it this? We are attracting a lot of aggro now. Because we're probably at the highest health total. This could come in handy. I don't feel good ditching it, I must say. This is always the trickiest part. Exudia, let me just check how much damage they would do to everyone. 6. And they have to be over 10. I think if we don't play Exudia next turn, we're gonna lose some value. Like someone will be below 10 already. So we just have to play it next turn, don't we? Is it a bounce? Are we actually going to drop a bounce? I think so, actually. This bounce is very good when you don't have any other bounces, but it is very expensive, so we are going to ditch it. Cool. Let's say someone removes this during our next turn, and we draw, go up to 8. Let's talk a bit about this. So, this does not really fit into any part of the combo. It's just a funny... It's just a nice drop on a turn where you don't have any other play. But, do we have another play? I think we do. I think we want to go for the guaranteed damage. So that's 5. We have 8. We have 3 left. Are we going to use that 3 for something? Should we Ancient Elf, even though we can't evolve it? I think yes. So we are just going to 3, Evo for 1. We don't need to use an Evo point, since we're taking this line. 2 Evo. And we tap to deal 6 to each enemy leader with 10 defense. Now probably at this point, one leader is now at under 10. And so if we had played this next turn, it just would not have gotten value. So this is probably the last turn we would be able to play this for the full value. Okay. Then with our last 2 play points, we play Ancient Elf, Fanfare, just to bounce this, which lets us draw a card. Now we're really fishing for Burst Shot now. Like, we really need to find Burst Shot. Silverbolt is also fine, so it doesn't matter that we're drawing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't matter that we have to discard. What should we discard? Thornburst might be good, but it's essentially a 6 play point 3 damage. You know what? I'm being very serious here. We are gonna discard Deepwood Anomaly, right? Because we already have our game plan set. We just need to draw Burst Shot or Rose Gardener and we win. This is like... what's it called? This is like a red herring. It's a paper tiger. We put it out there because, you know, it looks scary, but oftentimes it'll never go off. So I think that is the discard. We will ward, even though if it survives, we could get another bounce. That's fine. We will ward because now all the aggro is going to be on us. We need as much defense as possible. So during the next turns, They will get discarded. Very, very much so, since the target is on L-backs. We will draw with 9 play points. Okay. That's some potential combo, but we don't have any bounces, so that might not be it. What should we do here? We could gamble. Okay. Here's a line we could do. We could draw 3, combo into Spinaria to draw the burst shot, and then we can hit. How much is that? So 3. What's our lowest combo? We have to spend 3. No, it's combo 3. So that'd be 3, 4. Play it for 5. Recover 3. That's just enough for burst shot. You know what? I'm just gonna go. I love these kind of like gamble lines, even though they don't really work off. So we're gonna play. Let's just make sure I've got the math right, so I don't cheat. We play for 3. Draw 3. Oh. No. Okay. Which one of these do we put down? We put down this. That's combo 2. Gives it to 5. Then we have just enough for Spinaria, because we are at turn 9. Fanfare, look at the top 4 cards of the deck. Okay, we need to hit Burst Shot here. If we don't hit Burst Shot, we're kind of... we lost the Gamba. No! No! Okay. So, that's the spell. I think we just take Bout. No. We take the bounce. And we put these 2 on the bottom. No. Oh, okay. Well, we have 3. What do we do now? It's over. Oh, I suppose we just ditch as much as possible. How about this? We play this for 1. And we play the Roach. So kind of saved, actually. Not too bad, since we get the Roach down. The Roach evolves for 0. Give it Storm. And how many cards do we play this turn? Is it including it? Excluding this. So 4. Okay, so it's a 5/5 Storm. It's not that good, but hey, whatever. Boom, 5/5 Storm. We of course ward this. Now we have taken an extra 6 damage from the 2 times we played Path to Purgatory. That could have been a game-losing play, because now maybe we're able to get bursted. However, this came out very early. Remember, it's still turn 9. Not turn 9, but 9 play points, right? And things only start to get serious around turn 9 or turn 10 in Gloryfinder. So, let's decide what we discard, and then we'll end it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not too bad, actually. Even though we gambled and we didn't hit the burst shot, we only have to discard 1. And we got a nice board and some nice things here. So, what do we discard? Probably something expensive, like Fairy Beast. Although, that can heal us. But it's likely that's not going to matter. Okay, that's it. So, I don't know if we're really in a position to win here. We've done a lot of damage, but this might be a 2nd or a 3rd place kind of game, judging by our board and our luck. So the main problem is, right, we've now got 3 amulets on the field, which is taking up a lot of space. Now we can remove them for 2 each, but you have to see. So let's take a peek at what we would have drawn. It doesn't look like anything, right? It does look like that this will be maybe a 2nd place or a 3rd place game. We've probably done enough to avoid last, but yeah, Burst Shot was just buried too deep into the deck. Yeah, but that's good. I think those are 2 very good showcases of average games. Oh, This one was an average game. The first one was a high roll. So I'm glad to have caught that on camera. But yeah, that's about it. I love playing this Forestcraft deck so much. There's just something about it which really like tickles my fancy. There's like Gamba, there's a lot of interesting decisions to make with your discards, with your draws. There's the huge burst combos if you get lucky. Yeah, amazing. Alright, see you next time.